What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to install an XDebug and actually debug your PHP and Visual Studio Code on macOS operating system. First of all, you got to go on the Homebrew website and copy their command, paste it in the terminal, run it, just prompt the password, press enter, and you got to install the Homebrew. So this is the first step. It's kind of prerequisites. And the next step would be we have to install our PHP. So it was pretty fast for me because I already have Homebrew. For you, it might take about 10 minutes or something like that. So you would just run brew and then install, I believe, PHP, and then just press enter. And you were just okay, so I have my PHP here because I just recently installed it. And the last thing I want to do really is to go on the XDebug website, and as you can see, here's what they say. You can install it, but you gotta have two prerequisites. First of all, it's Xcode something. It's called Xcode select, and the next thing is PHP install through Homebrew. So we already have our PHP, so we gotta just run this command, paste it in here, and as you can see, it says command line tools already installed. So it means that we already have this thing. So we don't have to care about it. We just go along with it. Now we have our PHP and we have our Xcode command line tool. Therefore, what we have to really do right now is to actually run our XDebug. So we're gonna install it right now. So you just copy this command and paste it in here. As you can see, it says it's already installed and is the same as blah blah blah. So for you, it might take about just like less than 2 minutes. And once everything is installed, once you do something like php-version, you would have something like this. You would see something similar to this. As you can see, it says with XDebug, with Zend Opache, and it says PHP 8.3.11. So that's about it. That's pretty much the main setup. And so there is one more issue with macOS operating system, is that they say that if you use the M1 hardware, it might cause some issues. So what you would run is file which PHP, and then would tell you what operation system you're using, and depending on the operating system you're using, you would choose whether you run this command or this one. So for example, if that says ARM64E, then you need to run this command, right? And for me, it doesn't. It just say ARM64, and probably I would have to run this command ARM64. So I would basically copy this command, paste it in here, and basically put my password inside. And yeah, so it says is already installed and install failed because I already have it, right? But I mean, in case if you got any like errors like such, you would have to follow this debug thing. But if you're good with that, you just clear your terminal, you go into your Visual Studio Code, and you just make a new window, and we're almost there. So you just open whatever you have. So I would probably go to my testing directory and create a new folder, which would call PHP debug. Let's call it this way. Create, open, and we're going to create a new file, which is going to be obviously PHP. So let's call it index.php, press enter. And now, as I said, it's important to install the extension. So what we would just do is we would go into it's called extensions, obviously, and we would type PHP debug and, hit enter. And we're going to install the first one that pops up. So as you can see, I have it installed. So if you don't have it installed, just install it. Once you have it installed, you go into your index.php, and the next thing you would do is basically write your code, right? PHP, and let's say var equals to, I don't know, some, let's say array from 1 to 3, and I would call it array. Actually, yeah, I'm using JavaScript, so it's not the best way to do it. And then we can say var dump array, and later on we might say array, add something inside it. It doesn't really matter. So let's say we would just add 6 into the array, and then we would print it out. just like this. Okay, cool. That's about it. I guess it's gonna be enough. It has to be print, yes, _r. All right, so let's save the file, and now what we have to do right now is to basically, I believe, go into this tab here. It's called Run and Debug, and what you would do, you would just click there. It says restart update. No, I don't care. So you click there, and now you have some options, right? So the first option is listen for XDebug, and this is exactly what you need because the port that it shows is the exact same port that you would want to use. So you just click over here. And once you click it, it listens for XDebug, and you just, click this little red dots over here. And basically, let's try to run it again. So yeah, gotta figure out, because I didn't do it for a while, so what does it say? No configuration, watch. So let's play. All right, it says, so it was 1, 2, 3, and right now it's 1, 2, 3, 6, and basically it ran successfully, right? But that's not the main point, right? So where is the... Okay, I can't do this. All right, what we're gonna do right now is to try the different one, because I feel like, so it says we have automatic XDebug. Let's try to use automatic script in console. Okay, let's click this one. All right, this one works out. So you probably gotta use the second one. I didn't do it for a while, so sorry for that. And here's the thing. So now you just click this button and you just get into the actual debug system. So I just click here, and as you can see, I have a variable here that is basically our array, and it was just dumped. And then I would go over again here, and as you can see, I have still 3 elements inside array, but once I press the next thing, I would have 4 elements inside there. And I press, and it's 4 elements, and it's successfully working. So again, I guess like the main point that I was trying to tell you is that you can face some issues with the actual XDebug setup and all of that, but you got to realize that they have the whole setup over here written for basically every operation system that you can have. And if you ran into the issues with your macOS operating system, you would have to really read the thing that they're writing here, and you would have to follow their instructions, and you will basically solve it. And of course, if you didn't solve that, what I would recommend is that you would delete, fully delete Visual Studio Code, because I mean, if you're a beginner, it doesn't matter for you, right? So you would delete the whole Visual Studio. Actually, I have a video for that, so I can actually put it in the description. And you totally uninstall Visual Studio Code, you install it again, and you totally uninstall Homebrew, and you install it again, and you do the same thing, the same exact steps that I did, and it should work. It should work. So just make sure that you know with what architecture you're working with, because as you can see, M1 and 8664 architecture, they might have some problems. Me personally, I'm using M1, so if you have M1, probably you won't run into any issues. But I guess like if you have 8664, you wouldn't run any issues as well. So I guess that's the main point. Appreciate your time, and have a great day.